It is overtime here at Old Favorite Friday, and I had to bring in someone to discuss this amazing beer with me, and I brought in Joel Codner, the head brewer here at Barrel Amongst Brewing. And I was not kidding when I talked about in the video the fact that this is one of the beers that inspired this entire series, if not the beer that inspired this entire series, because no matter who I talk to in the industry, whether it's on a podcast or getting interviewed or what have you, beers like this come up, the beers that we love, the beers that are almost perfect, if not absolutely perfect, the ones that are quintessential to the style, the ones that we respect and kind of put up on a pedestal. And Sierra Nevada Pale Ale it's inevitable that it comes up in that discussion. And I found it to be really interesting that so many people in the industry have such a love for a beer and such a respect for a beer, and it doesn't get talked about, I don't think, nearly as much. Do you agree with all those statements, Joel?
Oh, 100%. I feel like for as much as people talk about this beer and how great it is and how it's inspired so many people and brought people into the craft beer world as a gateway beer for them, it's also ubiquitous. It's everywhere, and in that case, people probably take it for granted a little bit. Fortunately, it's everywhere. We can get it. When we talk about Old Favorite Friday and all the beers we featured, this one feels like if Old Favorite Friday were a video game, this would be the final boss. Like what can we do after this? I mean, this is the beer, and it's just terrific. As Thanos would say, it is perfectly well balanced, as all beers should be, and it's just fantastic.
Well, first of all, I don't like the fact that you just suggested we end this series. So I'm not. That is not lost on me. I know you don't want to be on camera that much, but
maybe we need a new host.
I have to pull you back. Oh God, this is getting really aggressive. Listen, we're in a culture where it's what have you done for me lately, and it's all the new hops that are coming out and all the different styles that become the norm, the beer that everybody's chasing, the style that everybody's chasing. And I get a little defensive because a beer like this to me it's kind of forever. It has not changed in its quality. It is still as good as the first day that I had it, which speaks to the brewers at Sierra Nevada making this beer so consistently, so well. And I'm always just kind of taken aback that somehow because a new hazy IPA comes out, all of a sudden this isn't as good? How? I've never really understood that mentality. And when the people that make the beer, when the people that are experts in beer tell you something's great, you should listen to them, right?
Yeah, and one thing I really love about it is that they haven't bastardized it with like 40 different brands or flavor varieties. There's not strawberry pale ale and 100 other versions of it. They know what it is, they know how great it is, they know it works, and they stick with it. And it's truly respectable. I mean, they were celebrating their 30th anniversary right around the time I was getting into beer, so they know what they're doing. And for us to have this available damn near everywhere is such a gift.
You take it for granted. We take it for granted the amount of great beers that are available on the shelf any single time you want to pick them up, because we're always chasing that new beer, that new exciting beer. We always want to talk about with our friends, oh my God, I just had this, or did you see this just came out? But don't sleep on the classics. Don't sleep on the beers that made this entire industry for us, and don't sleep on the beers that still have incredibly complex, interesting flavor profiles that are great, that are refreshing, and that just are flawless. And I really think this beer is. So thank you guys very much. Go get yourself some Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. Cheers to you.
Cheers.